Falcons. Make sure to subscribe to Blind World of Sports and Blind Sports Fury. Smash the like button and ring that bell. Follow us over on X at DJ Dorsey _ and at Blind Sports Fury. Here's your host Drew and Jason Dorsey.
And we are live. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate everybody that's going to join us tonight. If y'all have any questions, y'all let us know down in the comments. We'll talk about your team. But tonight we're going to be talking about the NFC South and the 2024 NFL Draft. We're going to give them grades and what's our expectations for in this year, 2024.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the year. I'm like, man. All right, well,
Drew, you're younger than me, buddy.
what, 5 years? I'm almost 33.
I just made 39, so yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the old one for the bunch.
No, yeah. Yeah, but I guess we start with the Atlanta Falcons and what they did. It's a big shocker at number 8, but okay, what y'all thoughts?
I think it's a big shocker, like you said, number 8, Michael Penix. I don't think they should have signed Kirk Cousins if they was going to draft a quarterback in the first round. I think it's a good idea for the Falcons to have a quarterback to sit behind Kirk Cousins for a couple years, like Jordan Love did with Aaron Rodgers and what Aaron Rodgers did with Brett Favre. But not in the first round. They should have took a quarterback in the 4th or 5th round if they was going to do that.
Yeah, whenever they picked it, and I don't necessarily mind in the first round if they would have traded down. Now, they might not have been able to get Michael Penix right. They might not have been able to get him, but you don't sign Kirk Cousins to $100 million and then draft him at number 8. That's a waste of pick. You could have used somebody else at that point.
Right. What do you think, JJ?
It was a shocking move. I mean, they had Dallas Turner right there, and that's what everybody predicted that they were going to pick. Was the defensive tackle from Alabama. Right, he's a defensive tackle, correct?
Outside linebacker. He's a pass rusher, so yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, that was a complete shocker to me.
Oh, yeah. And I guess we could run through who they picked, and we'll give them grades.
If you want, I can read through each list.
Go for it.
All right, so round 1, they picked Michael Penix Jr., of course, the quarterback from Washington. Round 2, they picked Rook Ora, defensive tackle from Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
Round 3, they picked Braylon Trice, offensive linebacker from Washington. Round 4, Brandon Dorlus, defensive tackle, Oregon. Round 5, J.D. Bertrand, linebacker, Notre Dame. Round 6, Jace McCallahan, running back, Alabama. Round 6, Casey Washington, wide receiver from Illinois. And round 6, Zion Logue, defensive tackle from Georgia.
Yeah, and that's their picks. To me, if I'm giving them a grade, I don't like what they did. Mm-hmm. At best, I don't know. I'm giving them a C. That would be my grade for them, just because the only pick I really like is, I don't mind the defensive tackle from
Clemson.
From Clemson. I like him. I don't mind that pick. But if they would have got him in the second round and Dallas Turner, I mean, you're setting up your defensive line.
Right.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
If I had to give the Falcons a grade, I would probably give them a C+, because they did get Michael Penix, who might turn out to be a good quarterback at the end. I don't know. But I'll give him a C+, because I do like the defensive tackle, like you said. I also like the running back they got, Jason McClellan from Alabama. I do like him. He did pretty good at Alabama, so I like that.
You got to look at it. Jason, the running backs that they already have, they don't need a running back. You got Bijan Robinson and Aguirre or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but you got to think running backs get hurt.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. You can sign a free agent.
When you got him in the 5th or 6th round, he don't even have to play really, unless somebody gets hurt. So that's just insurance policy. So that's why I say that's a good pick.
Okay, then draft a 3rd quarterback too. That's how I feel about it.
So Drew only wants to have a certain number of running backs on a team, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Look, I guess it's a later round pick, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But whenever you take Michael Penix, he's going to be sitting behind Kirk Cousins, and maybe he'll play sooner than what I'm thinking. That's why I gave it a C. If he turns out to be a great player, then, I mean, it would bump up everybody's grade, but we don't know. It's uncertainty.
But but like they could have had Dallas Turner. They could have had the defensive tackle from Clemson. I mean, they also signed a linebacker from Notre Dame. I don't really know much about him, but so like you said, that would have set up their defense if they could have drafted that way.
Mm-hmm.
And drafted like a Spencer Rattler before the Saints did, or Devin Leary, or to sit behind Kirk Cousins if you want to do it that way.
Yeah. What's your grade, JJ?
I agree. I give him a C plus just because of Michael Penix pick. And the other picks they made with the defensive tackle, they should have got Dallas Turner, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
He would have made a sooner impact with the defense than what Michael Penix is going to be making with the offense. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right.
So, but
Michael Penix is just going to sit there. He's not. Yeah. He's not going to do anything.
And that's the thing. If they would have just traded down, not taking a quarterback, but they could have traded down to get future draft picks and grab their defensive players, and then if you wanted to take a quarterback next year, you go for the Super Bowl this year. You just signed Kirk Cousins. I know he's coming off an Achilles injury, but Michael Penix he got 2 ACLs and 2 shoulder injuries. Right. So you taking a risk.
Yep.
I mean, then the expectations I have for him is, I don't know if they would have took the defensive player. Not that it would have helped them win a Super Bowl, but Michael Penix is definitely not helping them.
No.
He's sitting behind Kirk Cousins, unless Kirk Cousins get hurt, and then I guess you get thrown into the fire at that point.
Right.
Not right. He ain't helping right now, I'll tell you that.
No. Nope. My expectations for this draft class for the Falcons is I see only 2, maybe 3 guys at the end of their rookie contract staying with the Falcons. That's it. It's the defensive tackle from Clemson. Michael Penix probably going to be there, and probably the running back.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably stay there too. That's the only 3 I see that's going to stay. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my expectation on that.
Now, I heard somewhere or somebody, I think it was the NFL analysis, can't remember who it was, said that he thinks the Falcons are going to win the division this year.
That's possible.
Well, it is possible because, I mean, the Falcons got a good offense. They added Kirk Cousins, who can win you games, but not win you the big games, like Super Bowl and in the playoffs. So it's possible because if you have to really say it right now, Kirk Cousins is probably the best quarterback in the division.
And it all depends because he's coming off an Achilles injury.
Yeah.
Well, so besides the injury.
Besides the injury, if he wouldn't have that injury, then yes, he would probably be the best one. I would take him over anybody else in there. So at worst, the Falcons, they should win the division. If they don't win the division, it's a failure.
Right. Yeah. That's probably why they're saying they're going to win the division, just because of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. Yeah, they need to. You brought him in. That's what you said you were missing last year. Now you got a quarterback. Yeah, and he's actually a decent quarterback. So if you play the same way you did last year, he should be good for at least a couple games more. Yep.
Kirk Cousins, he's a regular season quarterback, but that's it. He's not going to do you much else.
Yeah, you need a great defense in order for him to win a Super Bowl.
Maybe what the Falcons are thinking is Kirk Cousins get you to the playoffs, and Michael Penix take you the rest of the way.
No, yeah,
like a bullpen.
I doubt that's gonna happen.
No, it ain't happening, buddy.
That'd be fun.
Well, I mean, that's the Falcons draft. It's a lot of risk, but it could be high reward later.
Yeah.
So if Penix can take over and actually do good, because I liked him over Drake May, Bo Nix, and McCarthy, but the injuries. So that's the only reason I wouldn't have took him at number 8, because of the injuries.
And then look, that Washington game against Michigan, Michael Penix was running for his life, couldn't throw accurate balls. That's why I don't like Michael Penix. These NFL players will get pressure. What he's going to do in the NFL?
Get a better offensive line.
It doesn't matter.
If he has you just said it. He was running for his life. If you get him offensive line, he might be able to do better.
He's going to do the same thing in the NFL.
You don't know that.
If you bring blitz pick packages on him, he's not doing nothing.
You got to realize he's sitting behind Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
He don't have to play his rookie year like most of these other quarterbacks probably will.
Oh, I understand
Nix he's going to be starting. Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, they're going to be starting.
Who else are they going to start? That's the question. Those teams. Who else do they have to start?
The Patriots, they have Jacoby Brissett. So Drake May, he might be able to sit for a little bit. But Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, that's the guys.
Yeah, that's why they were drafted, because they're starting day one. They're going to be starters. Opening weekend, whatever it's called, the opener. They're going to be starting. They're going to be playing. They're going to be taking the first snaps.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting to see what's going to happen.
My expectations for it is just win the division. That's what I expect from them. Now I hope they don't do it because I'm a Saints fan. But that would be my expectations for them. Just they have to win the division, or it's a disappointment.
Yep.
So y'all give us y'all grades for the Falcons draft, and let us know what your expectations are for the Falcons.
All right. Next team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
What y'all
Thoughts? I don't know. I don't think they had a really good draft at all.
They got that center out of Duke. I mean, that was a good pick.
I mean, it's Duke.
Yes, but this guy is the most ready offensive lineman that was in the draft. Whenever they took him, I love that pick for him.
Right, I understand, and they needed one. But I still don't like.
He's going to be coming. He'll be able to come in there, and he's going to be a good player right away. And they're not going to have to really worry about him. Baker Mayfield will get a solid center, unless they bump him out to guard, but I think he's going to be playing center.
Yeah, I think he should be playing center for the Buccaneers.
But I love that pick. My grade will probably be a B- just because that pick. That there was a need, and he fell to him. He should have been drafted a little bit higher.
Yeah, because I think the Cowboys wanted him, but the Buccaneers drafted before them.
But the Cowboys traded down, too.
Yeah, they traded down,
But no,
they wanted him.
Yeah, they traded down. Taylor was he was wanting him because I mean he's ready to start, but they traded back, and then the Buccaneers they snatched him.
Yep. So go ahead and read who the Buccaneers drafted, JJ.
For round 1, Graham Barton, center from Duke. Round 2, Chris Braswell, edge Alabama. Round 3, Tyke Smith, SAF Georgia. Oh, safety Georgia. Okay. Round 3, Jalen McMillan, wide receiver Washington.
I like that pick.
Round 4, Bucky Irving, running back Oregon. Round 6, Elijah Klein, guard Texas El Paso. And round 7, Devin Cope, tight end Washington.
Yeah, because Bucky Irving, that was a good running back for Oregon, right?
Oregon,
yes.
Yeah, that I like that pick.
And then the receiver from Washington.
Yes. Because he don't have to come in and be the number 1 receiver right now. He can develop. I don't know if he's going to turn into a number 1, but he can be that 3rd or 4th guy right now until he develops, and then he can take over. Mike Evans and Godwin's getting older, so I love what they did. I know after you read it, I might be going up to a B+. Because
that's why I wanted to read it just to make sure we knew exactly who they drafted.
B+, I agree. Borderline A- for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a B. I say B+ right here, and I say that because I do like the linebacker from Alabama, Braswell, and I do like Smith, the safety from Georgia. You're trying to build up your secondary, your interior, all this, the 7 in the box, all this stuff, and to get 2 SEC guys in later rounds, like say 3rd, 4th, 5th round, I think that's a pretty good deal for the Buccaneers. You lost Devin White to the Eagles, but now you replaced him with an Alabama linebacker who did really big things at Alabama too. And all Alabama linebackers are pretty technically sound. So I like those 2 picks. I like the receiver from Washington, and I do like the running back as well. So I'll say a B+ for them.
They didn't pick anybody from Alabama.
Well, who's the Braswell you said linebacker? I thought you said Alabama.
2nd round. Yeah, you said 2nd round Alabama.
Oh, it was Jonathan Brooks, running back, Texas.
No, that's the Panthers.
That's
You're on the wrong team.
I switched back. I was ready to do the Panthers. Never mind. Yeah, they did get the edge from Alabama. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like, wait, he just said it.
Yeah.
I was preparing
All good,
myself
all
for the
good.
Panthers. I'm
Yeah.
not going back to the Panthers, so whenever y'all
Okay.
ready.
But
You're
yeah,
just
I
excited about the
loved what
Panthers.
they did. I mean, and the more I think about it, it's like I keep wanting to bump them up. A minus.
No,
I
they're
don't
not
know.
that good. Because I
I don't
don't
know.
like the tight end.
I like the picks. I like every pick that they did, and
I don't like
especially
the
as
tight
you get
end
to
they
later
got.
rounds, I like them picking SEC players.
Right.
The more SEC you pick later, they made the SEC teams for a reason. They know how to play. They usually
Oh,
taught very well, and if they coached up right, they can be good players.
Yeah. Yep. What you think, JJ? What's your grade?
Oh, I'd have to say a A. I like all the picks. Sound like they're really sound players. Now,
Yeah.
Jonathan Brooks, that was that running back from Texas that everybody was talking about, right?
Yeah, but he was on the Panthers.
Yeah, but he's on the
He
Oh,
Panthers.
the Panthers again.
Now, Bucky Irving got drafted to the Buccaneers. That was Oregon's good running back.
Yeah, and I like him. He
Yeah.
probably don't have to come in and do it right away, but he could. That's what I'm saying. The Buccaneers, the people they drafted, they don't have to play right away, except the
And they
center
did.
who's ready to play
Right. And they filled positions of need with talented people.
while grabbing the
just-
best player,
Right. Not just grabbing anybody.
like Michael Penix to the Falcons. That's like, I
Right.
don't mind you taking him, but they had so many other players that you needed, and that was better than him.
Right.
That's the only
Exactly.
problem.
Yep.
So
I
like,
feel the same way.
yeah, and I expect the Buccaneers to be fighting for the division. They won the division last year.
Right.
They didn't really get any worse. You got a good center. So I mean, anything less than a division title for the Buccaneers, it'd be a disappointment.
Right. And didn't they sign Baker Mayfield to a $100 million contract?
$100 million contract. You got to earn it.
Yeah. So now he got to go out and play for his life, basically. Now, I mean, you just signed a $100 million contract because you won a division at 9-8 or 10-8, whatever it was. But he did win a playoff game too. So, adding these pieces in the draft, I think is going to help. But I hope they don't win the division.
No, that's what I'm saying. All these teams got better in the draft. The Falcons could have got it even better if they took somebody else, but
yep. You think they gonna win the division, JJ?
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. But
yeah,
it's a possibility. It's a toss up. It's a 3-way. It's going to be a close race between 3 teams, and we'll talk about the other 2. I guess we can talk about them now. Carolina Panthers.
So the Carolina Panthers did not have a first round pick this year, but they did trade back up in the first round with Buffalo Bills, and they selected Xavier Leggett.
Yeah, Leggett.
Wide receiver, South Carolina. So he played with Spencer Rattler, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, so all right. Round 2, Jonathan Brooks, running back Texas. Round 3, Trevin Wallace, linebacker Kentucky. Round 4, Tavion Sanders, tight end Texas. Round 5, Charles Smith Wade, cornerback Washington State. Round 6, Jaden Crumity, defensive tackle Mississippi State. Round 7, Michael Barrett, linebacker Michigan.
Yep.
Michael Barrett got drafted 7? I thought he was better than that.
I thought so too.
He's a good linebacker, but I don't think he like the most athletic and the most fast, but he's a thumper.
Yeah, so he's
a run stopper. He'll stop you the run, that play downhill.
I like that pick way back there.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, Carolina Panthers, I think had the best draft. I'm gonna give them an A+. I mean, you go get the running back from Texas, you get the tight end from Texas who was really good. And I mean, I forget the rest of the people. Leggett from South Carolina, the receiver. Just those 3 makes your team better. Then you got the Tevin Wallace from Kentucky linebacker who plays sideline to sideline. He could be the next Luke Kuechly on the team. So I'm gonna give them an A+. I really think they had the best draft overall.
Yeah, I mean, A plus. I'm not saying they have the best draft because I think the Eagles have something to.
Well, no. I'm
say
saying
about
in
that.
NFC South.
NFC South for sure. Yeah, they had the best draft in NFC South. I'm giving them A plus as well. I mean, just because you traded everything up for Bryce Young last year, so you got to surround him with good players, and I think they did that. They got a really good receiver, has a chance to be a number one receiver in Leggett. They have the running back, so they got 2 weapons right there, and then they end up getting a Sweat from Texas, the tight end. Like, okay, now you're surrounding Bryce Young with pieces, and in the offseason, they signed 2 offensive linemen.
Right.
So they're protecting them. They're getting them weapons. They got a couple of defenders. They have a linebacker for what? From Western Kentucky?
No, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah, Tevin Wallace.
They're building a team. They finally starting to build the team. It took a while because, I mean, they had to trade everything for Bryce Young. So now they can build that team, start getting those rookies, and now they brought in some veterans around him. Yep. I think they're going to have a really good year. I don't think they win the division this year, but I do think, I mean, about 6 or 7 wins, I think, would be my what I think the Panthers will do this next year.
Yep. But give them about 2 years from now with these draft picks, I think they're going to be a team to reckon with, you know.
If Bryce Young turns out to be anything, for sure.
Right. And didn't they sign Derek Brown still on the Panthers, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
They signed him to like $100 million deal.
They just signed him to a big contract. So they're investing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What you think, JJ?
I give them an A. I think they did well. I mean,
you could have gave him an A plus.
I'm not familiar with these picks, so I can't really judge.
No, okay.
I don't watch college sports, so I can't, judge. I guess I'm just here to be the color commentator. I'm just listening to everybody else talk, and I'm just put my in. So
that's fine.
You wait until we get to the Saints.
He's ready. He's ready to holler at them or tell them if they're good or not.
Now, before we start, I got some breaking news. The Saints have declined the 5th-year option for Peyton Turner.
That's not breaking news.
Well, it's not. To me, it is.
Like
breaking news.
Technically, it is. I mean, but it's like it was expected. He's not doing that, and he's hurt. Like
but you know how? Look, they kept Andrews Pete for so long, and we were like, why are they still keep him? He's always injured. I mean, why? You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was kind of like, the Saints are going to do something crazy. They're going to probably keep Peyton Turner for another 2 or 3 years or something crazy like that. But I mean, he was always injured, and so
I think that's a pretty good decision by the Saints. Decline his option.
And then yesterday or the day before, I think that they got the defensive back. What's his name? Will
Smith.
Harris.
Will Smith or Will Harris?
I thought it was Harris.
It might be Harris. Yeah.
Will Smith was the defensive back on the Saints for a Super Bowl team.
Defensive end. Defensive end. Yeah.
And then he's also there's the other Will Smith, the actor that likes to slap people at Oscars.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gotta go ahead and read it, and then we'll get into the Saints.
All right. So with the first pick in round, not the first pick, but round 1, we got offensive tackle Talise Fuaga from Oregon State. Round 2, this was a kind of surprise for me. Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback, Alabama. Now, here was the big surprise for me. I wasn't expecting we were going to take him. I didn't think we needed a quarterback, but Spencer Rattler, quarterback, South Carolina. Round 5, Bub Means, wide receiver, Pittsburgh. Round 5, Jalen Ford, linebacker, Texas. Round 6, Christian Boyd, defensive tackle, Northern Iowa. Round 7, Josiah Ezram, offensive tackle, Eastern Kentucky.
All right. Well, like my grade for the Saints, I like everything they did. It's going to be an A. The only reason I'm not giving them A plus is because I think they should have traded down in the first round. I know offensive linemen were gone, but they could have still got somebody else while getting more draft capital. I like every pick that the Saints have. I don't really know about Bub Means. He might be good, but I don't. That's the one I like. Okay, they took him. We'll see what happens. But if they would have traded down or at least pick Dallas Turner or someone right there, it would have been an A plus.
Right. Yeah.
But they stayed there. They took. I don't mind the offensive lineman. It's a huge need, and they filled it. So I don't mind it. Kool-Aid McKinstry, that's the steal of the draft for the Saints.
Oh yeah.
They gonna need a corner because Lattimore is probably gonna get traded, or it's either he's gonna get traded or it's just last year on the Saints. That's what I'm thinking. So they preparing for the future without Lattimore, and they got a really great player. I thought he should have been taken in the first round.
Yeah. If I have to give it a grade, I'm gonna give it a B+.
A B+.
A B+ because I don't like their first pick. They should have took Dallas Turner right there or Byron Murphy to help the Saints defense. I don't care about offensive linemen. You could have signed a free agent or an undrafted free agent. It couldn't be no worse than Trevor Penning.
Now, we did sign 2 free agents, I believe. One from the Giants, and I forgot the other one.
Okay. But, yeah, so I'm not saying that Fuaga, whatever, is not going to be a good tackle or anything like that. But when you have a Dallas Turner or a Byron Murphy playmakers on defense, you take them. I don't care if you need his tackle. There was no defensive player taken in the draft at all at that pick. So the Saints should have drafted one of those defensive guys, helped out your defense, or like you said, traded down either way. But I'm hoping Fuaga turns out to be an all-pro every year, taking him at number 14. But Kool-Aid McKinstry, I believe he is the steal of the draft, like you said. Also like Jalen Ford, the linebacker from Texas as well, getting him in the later rounds. And Bub Means, I want to say he's probably for special teams, if I'm not mistaken.
They signed some people for special. Yeah, and he could be like a gunner, like to go on punt returns and stuff to go get a tackle. So it could be. I know they signed a kick returner, unrestricted free agent, not unrestricted free agent, a rookie free agent. I don't remember. I think he was from Yale. I don't remember his name.
You told me that. I'm like,
return specialist. But yeah, I mean, the Saints. They could have made it better if they would. A lot of Saints fans happy if they would have took a defender right there. Even Latu was there. Like the best defenders were there.
Right.
They could have got one.
I know.
But I mean, and I understand why they took it because they needed one. If they would have traded down, then he probably would not have been there. But
right.
Oh, Fuaga? I thought he would have been gone. He would have been gone.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, JJ, let us have it.
The one that's got me questioning is round 5, the pick, the quarterback, Spencer Rattler. I mean, whenever during the draft, I said, okay, so all the good quarterbacks are taken. Which one's left? And he said Spencer Rattler. I was like, okay, well, some team in the second or third round is going to pick him up, because they could probably be like, well, we can use a backup. So, but yeah, what's y'all thoughts on that? I mean, because I heard good things and bad things about this pick.
Yeah, the thing is with Spencer Rattler, he was like ranked the number 2 or 3 quarterback coming out of high school. I think he was a 5-star recruit. He went to Oklahoma.
He was first.
Was that?
He was number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
Yeah.
Well, he went to Oklahoma, and he got hurt. So Caleb Williams came in, and he never gave up his job. So Spencer Rattler transferred to South Carolina. At South Carolina, you don't have the same type of players you would at like an Oklahoma. So they say that he can spin the ball, which means he got a great arm. But I think his decision making, and tangible things like that, I think probably hindered him from being higher picked. But most times, if you're a 5-star quarterback or whatever, you usually get a shot in the NFL just because of that.
Now, I heard that maybe his draft capital dropped, draft stock or whatever you want to call it dropped because he was in that Netflix series, Quarterback 1 or something. And, of course, he's back in high school and he's immature. And, I mean, if you would know me in high school, I would have been immature as well, And, I mean, but that shouldn't affect your draft capital.
Oh, it does because they look at even though it's in high school, you still. I mean, I was in high school. I didn't do stupid things. I mean, I didn't. I like not that you're not going to be perfect. So whenever teams look at that, I mean, it's okay to look into it. Now, some people do change after high school. I mean, they grow up. They do stupid things in high school and they grow out of it. But
look at Jameis Winston.
What'd you say?
Winston. Didn't he mature a little bit? Jameis Winston. Then he matured.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm like, I couldn't understand. You're saying Jameis Winston. Like, I still wouldn't have drafted. Like, I don't know. I think he
But
had.
now he's matured as an adult. You know what I'm saying? It might took me a
People
bit.
do that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't know what to expect from Spencer Rattler coming in. Is he gonna be the same immature little? How would I put this, brat? You know what I'm saying? Like he was in high school, or is he mature enough to be humble, take correction, be teachable?
Yeah.
And
like I didn't hear anything coming out of South Carolina that he caused any trouble or had any issues. I didn't hear anything the two years that he was there.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I mean, I don't know much about him off the field or anything either.
But even if he had like off the field issues or whatever, if he still was dealing with all that, which I don't think he was, it's the 5th round.
Yeah.
He dropped all the way to the 5th round. This is a great pick by the Saints. That's another reason I have it to A, because Derek Carr, he's not going to be here forever. I don't think he's just going to come in and light it up. I think they could win with him, but I don't think he's just going to light it up to where you say, okay, he's our quarterback of the future. I don't think so. So you draft Spencer Rattler, even if he sits behind Carr for 2 years, because I think that's the most that Derek Carr be here, 2 years. 1 year, maybe this might be his last year. Who knows? So you see what you got with Spencer Rattler. You let him develop, sit behind these veterans in this locker room, which that'll be a big help for him. With Tyrann Mathieu, Cameron Jordan, Derek Carr. I mean, all these veterans, they can teach him how to be a pro.
Yeah, and hold them accountable too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm kind of mixed on him sitting behind Derek Carr, because we know Derek Carr is not the best quarterback, and some of his decision making is like, but
like, do we really want Spencer Rattler learning under Derek Carr?
Well,
if it would have been Drew Brees, I've been,
yeah, but you got to look. He's not going to learn. He don't have to teach him football. But Derek Carr's a good locker room guy.
That's true.
That's the difference. That's what. Okay, I don't mind him sitting underneath him because he's a good locker room guy. That you have to look at that, not just about his play. What?
The whole locker. Well, yeah, him and Eric McCoy kind of made up. So I guess you're right.
So it's. I
mean, look, you're gonna have some locker room issues. Not every guy is gonna get along.
No,
you have 50-something men in that locker room. Not every one of them is gonna get along, but for the most part, your teammates, so you get over it.
Yeah,
it's not like you take it out onto the field, or anything like that. I mean, there is locker room issues. You just keep it quiet and you get past it. I mean, that's every locker room, not just Saints,
And with this locker room, the Saints have so many leaders on this team. With DeMario Davis, Cameron Jordan, Tyrann Mathieu, Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, the list goes on and on. Ramczyk, even though he might not play.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara, like you can't get no better than that in the locker room. So you bring him in this situation, like he has a great arm, decision making. Like whenever he throws the ball, is he going to be good? We don't know. I mean, you don't know what any of these guys. You don't know what Penix. You don't even know what Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels.
That's why you can't really give them a grade right now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can.
Well, no, it's a guess. Yeah, it's your best guess. Okay, what they at the time that they got picked, are these guys? Was it good? Was it a good value pick? Were they able to trade down and still get a good guy? It all depends on where they were drafted. If it was a reach, if it was,
like
what
the
they were
Saints
projected.
Spencer Rattler in the first round.
That would have been a bad draft.
That would have been a bad pick.
But like the Eagles, they got 2 corners, the number 1 and 2 corner on I think Mel Kiper's board.
Yeah,
and they got the number 2 corner in the second round. Yeah. That's a steal. That's what makes this draft for the Eagles so good, because they had a huge need at corner. They got both good corners, like the best corners in the draft. So that's what makes their draft even better.
Dude, they're gonna give the Cowboys a run for their money.
I know.
They're in the NFC. They're in the NFC West.
East.
Okay.
They're with the Cowboys. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
man. That's gonna be a tough division. Dude, they look like they're stacking up. They might be the team to beat in the NFC. Excuse me.
Yep.
I can see them going back to the Super Bowl.
We'll do another show with the NFC East, Drew.
We probably could. We'll see how this one does. And I mean, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Send some comments. If y'all want us to talk about some stuff now, we can. So just let us know down in the comments while we talking
We just
right
can't
now.
go through all 32 teams.
No.
We picking divisions
Oh
right
no,
now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be here for the next 4 hours talking about teams.
No.
No, 32 teams. I mean, the draft, that's long. And to talk about every team, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have a specific team y'all want us to talk about, y'all let us know.
And think about this too. The season don't start for another couple months?
Yep.
About another 4 or 5 months at least? 3 months or something like that?
August, September, something like that.
Yep. So we have plenty of time to talk about each division.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. And we're gonna be doing a schedule well, as soon as the schedule's all released and stuff, we're gonna be doing it for the Saints for sure.
Definitely. We'll talk about each game and what we expect, and
that's gonna be fun.
Now getting back to Spencer Rattler. Under Pete Carmichael, I would have had no hope for him.
No.
Learning Pete Carmichael's as offensive coordinator, offensive schemes, I would have had no hope. But I have hope with Clint Kubiak.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see if it was actually if Clint Kubiak comes in there for the Saints and actually they're able to because he's not Kyle Shanahan. That was Kyle Shanahan's offense on the 49ers.
Yes.
That's where Clint Kubiak came from. It's not going to be the 49ers, but they're going to have the same tendencies. So we'll see if they can actually get the offense going for the Saints better than last year and actually scoring in the red zone.
Yeah, not just make a couple of trips.
Try to kick field goals.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll see what Clint Kubiak does. I think he's going to be a good coach. I think he's going to be able to coach Spencer Rattler up. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. But I think that's about it. We gave all our grades. Did you say a grade for the Saints, JJ?
No. I think I said an A.
An A? Okay.
I mean, certain picks, we could have did a little bit better, but
yeah.
But I like all of them. Don't get me wrong. Like, we did get offensive tackle in the 7th round again. So, but ask me in 2 years from now what I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you by then.
Well, I think that's about it. Did you have anything else to say? No?
Not really. I mean, it was a good draft, a good show. So y'all just subscribe, like the show, and share it out to everybody.
Yep. I appreciate it.
Next time, please send us comments. I love talking to you guys. Don't get me wrong, but I also love talking to other people. So, and I love to address comments. So please send us comments.
Yep.
Please.
It definitely makes it better because on the NBA stream, if we got some, it'll help. So make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell, and don't miss any upcoming live streams. Appreciate y'all watching.
Before we go,